Lee Johnson, Real Man, Real Stories. Lee Johnson, Real Man, Real Stories.
Welcome, world. Real Men, Real Stories podcast.
Real men, real stories. We got music.
How you doing, world? It's Lee Johnson, Real Man, Real Stories, back on the block down here in Main Street, left on you, man, with Idiomatic Productions with another great episode. You know what I'm saying? Real Man, Real Stories. I got my partner, man, my great co-host. Why don't you go in there and introduce yourself, my brother?
Y'all know who this is. This is Professor, and you know we in a new year now, so happy New Year to everyone. We back on the scene. I told you we'll be back, and pretty much everything we talked about last year is unfolding this year.
Oh, hold on. We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that, man. We some soothsayers here, man. We so Atlanta, man. We done predicted the whole future. That's how Atlanta. Only Atlanta guys can do that shit, man. Only Atlanta guys can go to another state, pull a girl, lie to her about something, drive, go to her crib. Let me stop right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm sounding like another co-host. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cam Newton. All right, man. We're going to go in and dive into the episode that we're going to go into today, man. We're going to talk about, this is just basically a mashup. We're going to talk about a lot of the current events that's been going on since the beginning of January, going on to like what we got going on now. A lot has been going on in this country. A lot of people are regretting their decisions that they made. A lot of people are in places that they don't want to be at right now, and it almost feels like a lightweight 1932 Germany in a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on a lot of things, but we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. So, my man Larry over here shot me a link to a specific category about what is it called, sovereign wealth funding.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you start that, kick that off. So we're going to start this first. We're going to start the initial conversation. I might seem like I'm jumping around because I don't want to go straight to the executive orders because that's like the hot topic, but I want to start with something that ties into that. So we're going to start with the sovereign wealth fund. So Larry, go ahead and describe what a sovereign wealth fund is to these people in this world, man.
It's pretty much the federal government. They're gonna create a piggy bank, and they're gonna put money in this piggy bank and plug this piggy bank to the stock market. So they plan on taking the tax dollars and playing with it on Wall Street. So some people think it's a good idea because they think it could bring in more profits as long as it's maintained correctly. And there are other countries that run their country that way with that sovereign wealth. So, but the thing about the stock market, it's like a roller coaster. It's up and down. So that's why some people don't agree with doing it. But people say if you know how to maintain the wealth, that it will work. So that's pretty much what that is. That the federal government pretty much will take the federal money and play with it on the stock market to try to make money that way.
So do you see any dangers in that, or do you see what do you think the pluses are? Let's not go straight negative. What do you think the pluses are about this? Is there any positive about that?
Well, I feel the positive would be if you are investing the money in the market correctly and actually getting a return on the money, then that would be the positive of it because you can take that return and use that return to actually, run the country and just keep that same money in there and keep investing it and just keep bringing in returns and then run the country off the returns.
True. That is the euphoria of a sovereign wealth fund. Anything else?
Well, as I said, that's what I feel the positive would be, but also that positive will be upon that'll help keep us from have to paying internal tax revenue.
Okay.
Because he's trying to do away with us paying income tax.
Okay.
Because he feels that the taxes should be paid externally from the tariffs and everything from the imports that come in, and then just like you said, and then that sovereign wealth will be playing with the market as far as that, and that'll help keep us, the citizens, the actual American citizens, from having to pay taxes at all.
I got you. I understand. And
on the federal level.
That is the theory of it.
Yes.
So I am going to be petty right now because I'm a petty guy. I'm petty Betty. So I think I see there's several red flags with the sovereign wealth fund coming from. I'm not saying it's not a good idea for a country that operates business properly and has been and actually has something back in its dollar with some type of product, material, gold or something that I can see how that, because my first red flag is where are we going to get the money to start this wealth fund at in the beginning?
That's why he said drill, baby, drill.
I understand he said drill, baby, drill, but the issue with our oil, like, and we produce like most of the oil in the world, but the issue with the oil is it's not this drill, baby, drill. It's let's open up some more refinery plants because we got to refine that oil for our personal vehicles, or we can trade it with somebody else. But if we tariffing them, that's going to be like an oxymoron. So the idea that the Republicans had is they wanted to use some of the federal property that the federal government owns. I think they own over 300 and something different areas of different properties that the federal government owns, that they're talking about using their assets and either borrowing money off the asset or selling the asset to other people. And it's most likely it's not going to be an American citizen. If it is, it's going to be some billionaire oligarch that's going to probably misuse their fucking land or doing something. The other red flag is, do you really trust these people to take this money and do the right thing?
Hell, I don't trust the people who had the money from the get-go
You know what I'm
doing
saying?
the right thing, because look at the healthcare system. Look at all that. So it's been a scam any damn way.
So do you really trust in
Well, this is what I can say. I don't trust nobody, but so far I've been listening to what Trump been saying, and I've been seeing action from what Trump been saying. I hear what the Democrats been saying, but I ain't seen no damn action from them at all with none of the shit they say. Even if I don't agree with some of the stuff he's doing, but at least I see him acting on, he's putting actions to his words.
What? All right, and I understand it, and I agree with you. He's definitely signing a lot of executive orders. Matter of fact, let's just go on and jump on to the executive orders. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely signing a lot of executive orders. I'm talking about 60 in the past. So there's something I want to highlight though that we talked about in the past.
Okay.
Eradicating anti-Christian bias. Executive Order 14202. So how do you feel about that executive order?
Eradicating what?
He is eradicating anti-Christian bias. Remember, they talked about that. So what is that going to do? So
what does that mean?
That means I don't think you can print anything negative about Christianity. I think you could either be sued or charged or something like that. Remember, we was watching that documentary. We was talking about that documentary, and that was part of it. And remember, the other religious group said if he do an executive order like that, that's gonna mess them up. You know what I'm saying? Because that means they can say whatever they want about them, but they can't retaliate back. So that is one of those executive orders that they was talking about. That I had to definitely look at that one.
Okay,
and that has nothing to do with anything with government.
Nothing at all. That's
You know
just
what I'm saying?
that's just if somebody break a law, you can sue them or take them.
Yo, for me, is how he using the executive orders. Like, this nigga is using that shit like he a dictator.
You know what I'm saying?
Like he just making up laws, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like,
He got, when I seen that he made an executive order getting rid of all federal holidays that has nothing to do with white history. Like Jewish Recognition Month, whatever that was, women thing, Black history, Hispanic, everything. He got rid of anything. The federal government doesn't celebrate nothing like that anymore. I had to start looking in to executive orders because that just makes no sense. It's just an insane executive order.
my thing is Doge.
Talking about your boy. You know, Doge is like an 18 and a 19-year-old kids.
Yeah.
His analysts, them dudes that's like who to fire, they kids, like
Yeah.
18 and 19-year-old little kids.
He brought him in.
He brought them in, yeah.
he brought 'em
And
in.
they
Oh.
probably South.
They finding all kind of fraud.
Addressing egregious actions of the Republic of South Africa. Executive Order 14204.
Okay, what that say?
That's basically saying that they are. He is saying now that since the white South Africans are the lesser population, that they're being discriminated against. So he's like, if y'all want to come to the United States,
You gotta treat white.
you can.
South
He's
Americans
welcomed.
right.
He's welcomed them like so. He wants to take all the white people from there, bring them here, and then sanction the fuck out of South Africa.
So what's the name of the act?
It is called
Egregious.
addressing egregious actions of the Republic of South Africa, and then also like a lot of parts of Africa where they took over the land. You know what I'm saying? Which is not South Africa. What is that? What's the name? Ibrahim, the brother named Ibrahim. What's the name of that country?
Not Burkina Faso?
Both, yeah. And countries like that military took over their
Yeah.
shit and didn't wait for no treaty to kick these people out. And I'm
just
not
kicked
owing
them
you
out.
any money.
Yeah.
Just kick them straight out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He's not feeling that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they backed by Russia.
Who? Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
He don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Trump spoke to Putin today, though.
Yeah. He spoke to Putin today, but that might not. He spoke to Putin about the war that they're in.
Yeah.
He don't care, man.
Nah.
Listen. So his executive orders some of them are completely. I do like this one, keeping men out of women's sports.
Yes.
14201. That is one of my favorite ones. You know what I'm saying? So and you got border ones, all kind of border, north of the border. You know what I'm saying? Unleashing prosperity through degradation. That's not a bad one though. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the stuff he's looking towards, like in a white guy saying, "Oh, we got all these people on these poor programs, like we're not responsible for that." You know what I'm saying? We're not responsible for that. This is my theory when we was talking about the what's the name. I'm thinking we should have addressed welfare right after the civil rights was signed. I'm thinking that's when we should have addressed the poverty issue with the black people. We should have addressed Section 8 and we should have addressed food stamps. So we should have started doctoring systems to not allow people to budget that and live off of that in generational. So if they would have had to address that, they would have had to address the job situation, because brothers would have had to been able to get good jobs. You know what I'm saying? And this not black women. You know what I'm saying?
Like from affirmative action.
From
standpoint?
the affirmative action thing, and I'm pretty sure they was talking about it. Should have started then, and he should have started giving people time frames, maybe 10 years. Educational things
to get you off of the system.
A lot of things to me after the civil rights, it should have been, and they probably were, but a lot of things that we addressing now, like reparations and all that, should have been addressed then. Because I think if we understood finance, we could have communicated with them like, you spending money on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the world is eventually going to find out that you're doing that.
Yeah.
You just took us off a gold standard and about 2 years ago. I'm just saying it's like 73.
Yeah.
We should have addressed it then so it wouldn't be such a painful issue. You should address border security, all that. You know what I'm saying? After the civil rights. But I think that would have probably not get them where they wanted to be at, that goal.
Yeah, that's right. It's hard to say, like, because there was a lot of other shit taking place, like the Cold War. Right?
It was too busy. That was stupid.
Like with Russia, Cuba, Missile Crisis and all of that shit, the Cuban Missile Crisis and like Bay of the Pigs and you know like.
Hey, and if you want to know about the background of the Cuban Missile Crisis,
tell them you. Oh man, we got it down.
Mafia Spies.
We got it down.
You need to watch Mafia Spies.
Well, watch Mafia Spies. I watched it wasn't Mafia Spies. I watched the documentary on the Cuban Missile Crisis through the eyes of like Kennedy in a way. So we both agree on we think Kennedy was assassinated with something dealing with the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Because of how he approached it.
They
wanted to bomb the shit out of fucking Cuba.
Yeah, we would have been all dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he had inside information from leaking from Cuba via the ambassador for Cuba from the United States.
Ambassador.
And that's how he brokered the deal behind, I can't remember, what's the guy you was talking about? The white dude, the general?
I can't think of his name.
I'm thinking that guy, the one that brokered and spearheaded the thing of knocking JFK off. Because he was still alive afterwards, and his reputation was fucked up. He had this young dude outwitted you, but you was like, bomb him.
And that's why they wanted JFK to be the president, because of how young he was, because they knew that they'll be able to...
Puppet, like he'd be a puppet.
And he just was like, nah, I ain't fucking with him.
But what I watched, it showed how the mafia was involved in it. The CIA was using the mafia that got kicked out of Havana, because that's all it was. They just want their playground back. Havana.
Well, let's say that. So then, let's take it a step further. I don't know if this is an executive order, but Trump issued
For Gaza, for the Gaza Strip.
Nah, I ain't talking about. I'm talking about opening up the files. I'm talking about opening up the files.
JFK files and MLK files.
I started reading them. It just doesn't tell you anything really.
The files are already opened up.
I started. I couldn't get to the MLK, but the JFK was like. I just started reading them. I couldn't get.
They just had on the news that they found 420 more boxes with that wasn't archived. I mean, that wasn't digitized. That they just found. The FBI just found a whole lot of files. So some more files that's been found. That's why you just had the short version that they're going through now. And then those files. Remember, they was trying to say it was only one shot, but with them going through files, it was more than one shot. It was two shots from two different weapons. So the story ain't adding up with how they say how.
It's never gonna add up. You're a fool to think the government gonna say the truth.
It's never gonna add up, man.
Because the one thing that's not adding up with it is how they say how he got shot. It's like they said the shooter had to be in the front because
his head jerked back like that.
Yeah, and the open bullet wound out the back.
Exit wound came out the back. But if you see the film, he's like this.
Yeah. And you see the back of his head.
He literally goes in that direction. So it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. And he was coming in the motorcade, turning this way, and the grassy nose was right there. Then they said the dude was in some bullshit building, right? That turned the corner like.
Shit just didn't add up.
It just didn't add up.
Okay.
Didn't add up. But I mean, let me tell you what we just did. He just fell into Trump's trap. And this is Trump's trap. It's the disguises from what he's actually really trying to do. And this is why I really want to shoot this episode. Trump is trying to take away our 14th Amendment.
Yeah.
He's trying to take our natural right citizenship. Let me look it up. When did they actually, because the 14th Amendment didn't get passed to like the mid 1900s. Like I think
the
like
50s, the 60s.
The 60s.
That was civil. That's one of the civil rights.
But the thing about it is, what people don't understand, throughout this whole time until that was passed, nobody was an American citizen except the white man. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nobody, not even the white woman. You understand what I'm saying? But everybody's still paying bullshit ass taxes and getting deployed. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. He's trying to take that. This is my take on it. I'm thinking the mass migration of sending the Mexicans, not really. He's trying to protect the border, and he's trying to, because he knows most of the crimes in this country is committed by people born and raised here.
14th Amendment was ratified July 9, 1868. It granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the U.S., including formerly enslaved individuals, and guaranteed equal protection under the law. It was a key part of the restructuring amendments following the Civil War.
So he's trying to take that. And my theory is because after the Civil War and that amendment was enacted, that's when they started doing convict leasing. Mm-hmm. In convict leasing, when we talked about that, there was a whole episode I was talking about. Convict leasing was basically, you know what I'm saying, enacted through the black codes.
Exactly.
And this stuff was written down. And the black codes is basically vagrancy laws, employment laws, any bullshit that lock anybody up, black guys up.
Exactly.
And what they'll do is they'll lock you up.
They'll put you to work.
And they'll put you to work. You'll lose your court case. They'll say, we'll lease this guy to this certain company for 6 months or a year. And then they'll automatic another 6 months added to pay the court costs, the court fee. So you got a whole year of hard labor, and they're locking you up in cells, and they're not treating you properly. A lot of people died, black and white. A lot of colors, but mostly black.
And I'm gonna show you where you right at, because I'm about to tie it in.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm gonna let you finish with all that. Then I'm gonna tie it in. I'm gonna finish it off once you finish.
I got it. So my belief is with the convict leasing. So now you get rid of all the migrant workers. So that's a lot of work that Americans don't even know how to do no more. People don't know how to pick cotton. Black and white folks, we don't know how to pick cotton. We don't know how to work a cotton gin. Most of us don't know how to use a plow. Most of us get on the farm and would fucking die or make the farm worse.
Exactly.
We'll fuck shit up even worse. And plus it's not paying us enough. So we definitely not finna fuck with it. So my whole point is, if you look into Alabama has a work release program. Georgia does too, but theirs are under scrutiny right now because they take all of these people's money, and they got rules. You're not allowed to call off sick. You can't quit your job. You can't go home. You can't do nothing. You can't talk back to the employees and their workers. So they driving these guys into the ground, and they're taking 60% of their income. The jail is, and then there's another money that they got to pay, like some type of surcharge or something on that. So they're only getting paid like 25% of their check.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And if that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So listen, and I think this is how you can get away with it. By me being in prison, like you just remembered what just happened with the fires in California. The fires in California was stopped, helped by a lot of prisoners. So a lot of prisoners will volunteer for shit like that, and they'll feel like they do it for free because a lot of these dudes is, and they not really knowing. But you know what I'm saying? If you got a whole dudes that's doing life, but if you, let's say the first person that gets sick, the first person that gets burnt, you don't fuck with them. Then you'll start to see, but they're going to be able to get away with this because the prisoners are not going to be wise. They're going to just want to get the fuck out of those prison cells no matter any means. Yeah. And I think the long term, it'll eventually have some people pissed off when they get ready to leave. Like I did all this work. When you start doing like bullshit little 9-to-5 jobs like fast food and shit like that. So I'm thinking you can enact something like that federally, and you can lease people off, at least out of the federal prisons, and then the states will follow, lease people off. And I think that could be common practice for businesses. You know what I'm saying? And that's like lightweight slave labor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
And I could see you giving tax breaks to companies that enact themselves in that. And that's going to have more taxes fall on the regular people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking by him trying to take that 14th Amendment, that'll make it easier for him to enact some sort of a program, because the United States is a Ponzi scheme, and they know it's a sinking ship. Our dollar is done. 55% of the world is on the bricks, and that economy is way bigger than ours. Exactly. So I think Trump he's the captain of a sinking ship right now. So he's doing what most Anglo-Euro people that's been doing bad business. You keep doing bad business, you fire everybody you feel like you don't need. You don't give a fuck. You bring an outside source in to do the firing for you. You understand what I'm saying? Then you turn around and you sell out all your assets to foreign investors. So either you can pocket that money, and then you turn around and you put our dollar on some type of standard, gold standard, or whatever, the sovereign wealth fund. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that's going to save us, but it's not going to save us because we too far. Our money has no value in certain spots of the planet no more. And our only product that we offer to the world is our dollar. That's the only product we have, because we are the only people that ever lived on the face of this earth that had a piece of paper that rivaled gold. We're the only group on the face of this earth that the G7, some of the world's leaders decided, All right, they offer gold standard. We're going to allow the U.S. dollar to be the representation of the world. It is the only thing that can fucking withstand up the gold is the American dollar. So we're going to trade dollars. We're going to give them our gold and give us the dollars back. You understand what I'm saying? You misuse a system like that because you really don't have a product. Mm-hmm. The product is an idea. And if the idea falters, there's nothing you can do but to save this shit, but to sell off your assets in another form of currency. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody else that's been feeding this country, which is us spending money for this country, is going to get hurt. You tariff everybody else. You tariff these countries. You mask like you doing things to save our economy. But what are you doing really hurting our economy? I feel like he's tanking our economy faster than what it's supposed to go. You understand what I'm saying? And that is, I feel like they're trying to close the Ponzi scheme up, collect a little bit of money, and be the fuck out, and let everybody else fend for themselves down here.
You think they trying to go to Mars?
Nah.
Elon Musk?
I don't think Trump is feeling Elon Musk on that shit. He's old school white dude. Elon Musk is some crazy nerd from fucking South Africa. Yeah. As soon as Trump has no use for Elon Musk is gone.
Yeah.
I don't think Trump has friends. I don't think he just has business partners, do business deals. I don't think he has. I think even his family is subjected to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you read his sister's book or you ever heard somebody talk about his sister's book, she talks about that. Like that everybody is pawns to him and shit like that. So I believe they're trying to cash out. He and the rest of these oligarchs, because all of them was at his fucking inauguration. Mm-hmm. And the oligarchs of our country now is the Silicon Valley dudes. Facebook,
Amazon.
Do you know Elon Musk's car is shit compared to some cars that's created in China? That's in the whole world, but it's so sanctioned we can't have the car here. It's cheaper, and all the extra stuff that you have to pay for the Tesla, because you got to pay a subscription, I guess, to have the non-driving shit. You got to pay for that now.
Actually, Africa got an electric car that's built.
Talking about the guy he just came out with the car. I haven't looked up, but I think it's called BYD.
Yep.
The BYD car and it's the mostly used, and it's a better model electric car, but we got sanctions.
Yeah.
So he really hurting. But how this country runs?
But his car is self-charged. You don't have to plug it in to charge.
Yeah. And then it comes with the features automatically. It comes with all the features without you having to pay a subscription a month. No, the BYD car.
Yeah, this is an
Your guy from FASA, he created it. I just heard. I haven't really looked into it. I heard they created. He created a car. Yeah, but I'm talking about probably the most mass ran cars, the BYD car.
Oh yeah, the one over in England.
The one, but it's made in China.
But yeah, the United States not gonna let it,
because they sanction China from their cars and our cars. Because they want you to buy that bullshit as Tesla.
The US
and keep on, you know what I'm saying? And keep on. Mm-hmm. Like, man, the signs is, I ain't saying white supremacy. I ain't saying Christian nationalism. I'm just saying he trying to cash out on a Ponzi scheme. He's a captain of a sinking ship. Mm-hmm. And it's all because of BRICS. It's all because of BRICS. It's all because of BRICS.
And BRICS is growing. Like
it's the biggest economy. Their economy's bigger than ours.
I think they like 6%.
55% of the world is under BRICS, or using BRICS system.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's the currency for BRICS?
No, it's based off your currency trades with mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so it's not like how the United States dollar
was everything. Yeah.
No, they're not using the United States currency as representation of it. If they're going to use gold, they're just going to use straight gold.
So so the value of the dollar is plummeting.
They don't even use the American dollar in these countries. Like I don't even know if you can trade your currency for
You're not going to get like a strong return on your money. Like you might as well keep your dollars and bring it back to the United States and use them versus trying to exchange it for like a foreign currency.
You know anybody that been to Dubai? Because Dubai is under BRICS.
Yeah.
So how do they do the currency when they go to Dubai? Like what do they do? Like what's you know what I'm saying? Like how is our money?
Change it?
Yeah. That's what I want to know. You know?
It's forex. Everything that shit is all forex, like foreign exchange and shit like that. But the value of the dollar is going to continue to decrease. So it's not going to be worth shit. You know what I'm saying?
And eventually they don't have to take it because it's all an idea.
Yeah. Because just like you're saying, United States is currency is backed by the full faith. Really, it's the military. Keep it a bean.
In our military,
it's the military.
You want to do the history of the military? How many wars we lost?
All of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only one we really won was the Iraq war with Bush.
Yeah, so this is why you were saying it's an idea. Like, everything is fucking propaganda. America got Americans thinking that we the best shit in the world. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, the world, like, you go to Japan, they're on, like, we on 4K, them niggas on 10K. You see what I'm saying? Like, the world is doing this. Everybody here is like, nah, nigga, I like my Red Lobster and I like my Bank of America.
And see, the thing about it is that they don't describe the deficit properly.
Exactly.
They just keep on telling you we're 2 trillion because last time we talked about it last year was 33 trillion. Now it's 35 trillion.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you what, if you break down a trillion, what is majority of the debt is the stuff that we do within our own country.
Exactly.
Welfare and things of that nature.
Exactly.
And the only reason why they still incite that is because them people spend money. And that drives our economy up. So we just recycling our own dollars because it's an idea with no value, with no gold backing.
It's monopoly money, bro.
It's basically monopoly
we accept
money.
it for value, bro.
And
we're seeing the inflation of it.
It's like playing
fucking with it.
It's like playing those video games where you have to have currency in the game to buy stuff.
Robux.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And what make it even worse, what they've been doing is every time the government shuts down, they turn around and go to the Federal Reserve and they write some type of executive order, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because remember when they shut down last time with Biden had the fucking tooth and nail to get that $1 trillion executive order.
But that had to do with Zelensky too, right? Like he had like a money that was going out to.
See,
shit.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
But see, talking about like the 25 billion. But see, the thing about it is I'm thinking they all be fucking with us. Like I'm thinking they all sit down at a table at a dinner and like, we got to do this deficit shit again. So how long we gonna stall them out?
6 months, right?
Because they all in on it, bro. Like you got to understand if they allow the Ponzi scheme to end, they go broke too. Everybody that's in the government.
Did you hear about Trump trying to stop printing pennies?
Yeah.
Because it costs 4 cents.
Damn. 2 cents.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, it costs 4 cents just to make
one
penny. Make 1 penny, and that penny is only worth 1 cent.
Yeah.
So
and we've been doing that dumb shit for years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I can feel them on a lot of things we should have been done.
Yeah.
But a lot of things is gonna hurt the economy because ain't nobody gonna spend the money. You get rid of all these migrant. You know how much money these Mexicans was
put into the system.
Yes.
Exactly.
I don't care what people keep on saying the money that they was given. Stop saying about the money because we print money.
Exactly.
They fooling all of us. I guarantee you they all sit around a deficit. Like I said, okay, how long we gonna drag this shit out, y'all?
Yeah.
And just chill out and kick it and wait and drag it out. Oh, we got to write this up. They know there's no way the Federal Reserve Bank cannot give us that so they can resell some more of them banknotes because then the Ponzi scheme will be up. The whole world knows what they already would know and everybody would fucking be fucked.
Yeah, I think we looking at the fall of America.
Yeah, we are.
You know what I'm saying?
Just the economy.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you need. Like,
if you had no economy, what do you have?
If the economy falls,
everything
collapses, then it's like, nigga, everything, all the money in your bank ain't gonna be worth shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, only shit that is worth is the gold, or your guns, or the potatoes that you growing, or
exactly.
You know what I mean, or whatever you like, real tangible assets.
Yeah.
That paper money, like you said, nigga, most of it is digital anyway. 98% of that shit is digital anyway.
But the thing about it, even the money in your bank, if it's held in the United States Bank, that shit's over with too. If you had a 401k plan, you had any type of plan that the bank invested in anything using that, let's say they just wake up and be like, yo, I ain't accepting that. We want to go see your gold reserve right now. We want to go see it right now. I'm sending some people right now. What are they gonna do? Nah. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We take gold. We'll take our gold that we bought for somebody or traded it for a bond, resell it to a bullion bank. And all a bullion bank does is resell that gold
Exactly.
to somebody else. So we double down on the gold. So that means we selling gold that we really don't have. Because it really don't go to the bullion bank. Bullion bank don't hold gold.
Exactly.
We still hold the gold. You understand what I'm saying? But if you actually do a count of the records, you say, I ain't got that much gold. Matter of fact, you can't, this is so much gold that it is impossible for this gold to be whole that you're trying to say it's supposed to be here. You understand what I'm saying? If any foreign nation decides to do an audit, like you understand what I'm saying, but our military might, and I'm always like the military might. The last thing I think our country ever need to do is ban guns.
Oh, they trying to they trying to have a tax-free day on buying gun ammo.
I'm thinking
They trying to put a bill.
I think
through now.
that's the only
Georgia,
reason why nobody just even came over here and fuck with us like that.
because we
Yeah,
have
they're talking
guns.
about the big stick. That's what we learned in college, in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's who run the world, right? It's a phrase one of the old presidents said, like the one that carried the big stick.
The big, and I think that's Blackstone,
Yeah.
and that's those high-end investment
There
companies.
you go.
Blackstone,
Yeah.
they carry the
Two of
biggest
them.
stick.
It's two of them, yeah.
Is
And
it
what they-
PNC or PNG or how do I
What it is they recycle the money amongst each other. They both own each other's like they just doing
and they invest into everything.
everything.
So if you invest in
It's
them,
hedging against
you
the
really
bad
not
system.
making no money. You're just breaking even, and you'll make a little bit of money over time, and it'll
But
build
what they
up.
got is the power.
You know what I'm saying? It's just,
Proxy to vote.
this is your portfolio. Now I
There you
can
go.
borrow off this
There you
shit.
go.
I can borrow off my
There you
portfolio.
go.
Now
There
let
you
me
go.
tell you the problem of us allowing. So we're borrowing with money that's an idea, not borrowing with gold. So all that. So now you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, it might be crazy. My people just be walking. That's my house now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like this house look good. This house look good. So there's no way they could give reparations to black people. They couldn't even afford to give the reparations to the Japanese people.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford to do that.
But they did it.
They did it. Because we fucking bombed Japan.
They did
You
it.
gotta feel dirty about that. We done fucked them up for years.
Motherfuckers
And
had
then
them
put y'all people in concentration
yeah.
camps.
So my thing, even with that, remember, the reparations didn't go to the slaves; they went to the slave owners. Slave owners got reparations when they freed the slaves or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They the ones that got the reparations. That's why blacks is never gonna get reparations.
They can't afford that.
And right now,
Yeah.
they still got generational wealth going on off the reparation that was given to those white slave owners when they gave them those 160 acres of land.
They can't afford it, man. So
They can afford the bullshit though.
oh man, they could afford a lot of
A lot of shit.
a lot of bullshit, but they can't afford like
What would you give his grade? Like if you used to grade Trump right now?
I would grade him as all right. Just cause he say he's
A,
doing
B, C, D, grade. Let me get the grade first.
fucking F.
What would you grade him?
I give him a C for right now.
C.
It's a fucking F. I know what he's doing.
He got him passing.
Nah, he's
got
a
him
fucking.
failing.
Listen, every president's an F to me. Obama's an F.
F minus, nigga.
F. All the boys are
What's
F.
worse than an F? That's what Obama gets.
So-
Obama, Muammar Gaddafi, bro. You don't get no forgiveness.
So all of them gets an F. You know what I'm saying? If a president didn't come in and say, all right, I'm lifting all these sanctions. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to lift all these sanctions from these companies.
Free the political prisoners.
You know what I'm saying?
Shame on me, Abdul-Jamal.
Hell yeah. I'm
Yeah.
lifting all these sanctions for one. We're going to do that. And then I'm going to go. I'm going to get rid of the DEIs. I would do the same thing he would do. I would get rid of the DEIs.
So that's not an F?
No.
That's why-
That ain't why.
see, that's why
the
I'm
reason
giving
why I'm
C's
getting rid
and
of DEIs ain't the reason why his bullshit reason was fucked up. And then you gonna blame
What is it?
Black people like
No,
they're hiring unqualified people. That's what the DEIs. Just like they were saying with affirmative action.
So what it says is illegal discrimination and merit based
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fucking. Remember, they was talking. They was doing the same argument. Affirmative action is just that we had more Democrats,
Mhm.
and they were saying the same shit. Like, oh, we're discriminating against white people.
Which makes sense. I think the shit makes sense, bro. Like for me, it makes sense.
It should, be,
makes
it should be
sense.
based off of merits and experience.
But if you have an employer that is
Yeah.
not allowing a certain group that does have the experience
Yeah.
because of their color,
Yeah.
you might have to rectify that situation because then people gonna stay in poverty. I do understand that.
Let me tell you something, bro. Like the way I look at it is, he's doing what he said he was going.
He's doing what.
He's doing.
But the thing about it, it's a
politicians
matter.
don't do that. Is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But what he- but-
he's doing what he said he's gonna do. That's why I give him a seat.
You know when politicians
Yeah.
do that though, think about when politicians do that. Think about it. Think about every politician, their second term when he ain't getting reelected.
Nah, I said
Obama did with
shit.
Obama. He tried to push that fucking healthcare thing.
Oh,
He didn't give a fuck about that. When everybody was like, "Stop, stop,"
But you black, bro.
he didn't give. But you understand what I'm
Black.
saying?
I don't like he get a heavier level of scrutiny.
Scrutiny.
Bill Clinton just started blowing everybody up his
I was
last
about
4
to say he
years.
was blowing everybody back out.
Yeah, no. He was, you know what I'm saying?
He was fucking in the White House.
This is Trump's last term. These people think he's God. It ain't shit to sign executive order that half the judges gonna stop the executive order. It ain't shit to say you're gonna do a tariff on Mexico and Canada, but recant it. He ain't doing everything he's doing because he can't. He took
That's
all
big,
those tariffs.
bro. That's
I mean,
big. That's big.
listen. He's trying to get the 14th. A lot of things like what he is doing is firing federal workers.
Yeah.
He's definitely doing that. He cannot stop the IRS. He cannot stop federal income taxes with tariffs. Tariffs just drives the interest rates up.
We didn't even talk about like how with ICE, the raids and how he was trying to get
I ain't even touched that
You
shit.
see
Is
what I'm
fucking
saying? Like
horrible,
this
bro.
motherfucker was sending folks to Guatemala, and I think
On a fucked up plane.
Yeah, and then I think Colombia, one of them was like, "Nigga, send
Colombia
him back.
was like,
We
nah.
don't want him. We gonna get him on our plane."
Yeah, because he knew they sent them in some bullshit.
Yeah,
Them folks was
yeah.
like, man, they wouldn't let us pee. And I've been in one of them little chained up buses.
Yeah.
It's horrible. So imagine a plane. I'm talking about that's probably even worse.
And then to know that we can't come in, we gotta go back. Yo, lit. The boy is
Listen.
lit.
Now I will give everybody Trump. All right, I'll give you that one. That deportation shit is all right. That shit is fucking wild.
Crazy. He was in New York.
But to me, it's a great mass. It's gonna die down. It's gonna die down.
The way Trump worked, bro, he's gonna be on the news every single day
Until he
And
get
it's
that
gonna-
14th Amendment, bro.
Yeah, and after that, it's still gonna be like
It's
it's
gonna
a
be
setup.
over
You know,
with.
you know what it's like a lot of times. So what happened was when Hitler was in power,
Yeah.
right? The Jews had no idea what he was doing. They had no idea they were going to a concentration camp to die.
You know what though? They
What's
had
that?
an idea. And the only reason I'm saying
Yeah.
there was a book I read in the Garden of
Evils.
Eve, something like that. But it was. I think I talked about it. It was Ambassador Dodd was the ambassador for the United States and Germany from 32 to 38
Yeah.
when Hitler and I was reading the transcripts. He slow rolled the Jews, but he hard rolled them. Like because
Yeah.
the first thing he did, he disallowed any Jewish guy to hold any office.
Mhm.
So there was that's the first thing.
So that's what I'm saying.
He's slow, but it was-
systematic. It's systematic.
Then he did. By time he finished, before they got to the concentration camps, he had moved them to the ghetto. They was not allowed to use regular currency, and they had to walk around with the Star of David.
And that's because of Crystal Knock. Like it was an event where I guess somebody died, or it was like an incident that took place with a Jew, and it was a reason to put the hammer down, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, but ultimately, Jews love Trump. I mean, love Hitler. Jews was looking for, like he was like so charismatic and cool and like aggressive. They was like listening to see what he was gonna do. Just like everybody. Like think about it. Mexicans voted for Trump. Immigrants voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just white people. You know what I mean? It was like the same people that's going to get fucked over put him in this position.
Because of greed.
It's sad, bro.
It's just greed. He's going to take my taxes. I'm going to be able to keep. I mean, that's why folks was like, and he gave us that. And they got misconstrued about the stimulus thing. They didn't even know. He didn't even want it.
And guess what? And the Democrats didn't do a great job at messaging. The Democrats is fucked up. So you're looking at a situation where you're dealing with a retarded old white corpse. You know what I'm saying?
Old as fuck.
A corpse, right?
Like
that was dealing with on a debate stage, right? That shit was a fucking debacle. So that only strengthened Trump's fucking chances. Like, so at the end of the day, for me, I ain't got no dog in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about either one. But the point is, Kamala was not the one. And then they was running the same ad about she wanted to do transgender shit in the jail or whatever, like some wild shit. You know what
wild
I mean?
shit. No, but it's already going on though.
And
But
it worked.
that already, he had to do an executive order to stop that.
Good.
It already was going on.
I'm just saying, there was a level of order that people were like interested in. There was a level like, let's get back to regular shit. It's getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you might not vote for this part of his bill, you know what I mean? But this right here, I can fuck with it because it sounds normal. You know what I mean? Like, let's get some normal, like the pronouns and the, like, you have men in women's sports, right?
I mean,
with all
like
the
shit
testosterone
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just out of control.
So let me ask you something. Do you think the Republicans could have got somebody else that spoke those same things and got him elected?
They wouldn't have got elected.
You don't think so? You think they would have beat Kamala?
Kamala would have beat them. Kamala would have beat anybody else coming out that Republican camp. Trump was the guy. Trump didn't give a fuck either because no one liked Trump. By the end of his second term, Pence and all these Republicans turned against him.
They turned against him.
You understand?
His vice president, Vance, if you would have, he called Trump the Antichrist in the
That's
speech.
what I'm trying to tell you. The entire time Trump was not the president and Biden was, this nigga was going to court, getting locked. Nigga got a mugshot in Atlanta.
Yeah, he did.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This nigga's a felon. This nigga was going through hell, bro.
This man still got charges. And
what is he? The president of the United States
dropping a lot of executive orders.
And see, the thing about it is, man, people, if you would have, his speeches was retarded. And if you would have listened, like, I wish everybody watched the Joe Rogan interview before they voted for him.
Yeah.
Like, people that didn't like Trump didn't watch that.
Yeah.
And you should have watched that. You should have watched that whole 3 hours. Because then you could have really understand what the fuck he is about and what he's doing. He's a fucking spoiled child.
Yeah.
He's a bad business. And the thing about it is, all those politicians are basically like that. They just career politicians, but they're all spoiled children. They're all, I ain't saying they're narcissists, but they think in a narcissistic way.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And they feel like we can do this and we can do that. If you hear some of the speeches these guys be talking about foreign policy, they talk about doing illegal shit on the news.
Even
they're not even supposed to be talking about fucking, they're not even supposed to be talking about sanctioning countries because it's illegal.
Exactly.
Under the Geneva Convention, it is fucking illegal to sanction a country in a manner like we sanction them. You can sanction individuals.
Well, he being transparent now.
But we've been doing it.
But there's a level of like, politics is an arena where you're supposed to not show your hand, right? Like on a global stage.
And he shows his fucking hand, and everybody just still buys it. I think this country's full of fucking idiots. Like he was throwing grenades at niggas. And niggas was like, well, he ain't gonna give it. And the problem with the American citizen, black, white, is greed. I don't want to pay taxes. Don't nobody want to
pay no damn taxes.
But the thing about it is I don't want to pay taxes, but we got to be a team. It serves a specific purpose for something. We don't need them in a sense, but
because I'm gonna jump in on that right there.
Because
go for it.
Because just like you said, you say it serves a purpose, But lately, the government been using our goddamn tax dollar for the wrong goddamn
It's already
purpose.
been like that. It's
Like,
already
we
been
have-
from day one.
We have all these issues going on in our own damn country. Why the fuck are we sending money to other countries to help them out, and you ain't even took care of your own home yet?
We print
Don't
money.
make no damn sense.
It does make sense.
It doesn't.
The math don't math to me.
Larry, we print money. They don't give a fuck.
Exactly. They're gonna print.
But what did you just say about printing money?
The world, that's why they got bricks now.
Exactly.
But you understand what I'm saying? But then you got to think about it. We've been doing this crooked system for so long, brick start. But you need to, all right, watch some of these tech guys from the beginning. Like I was watching something on YouTube about how they was talking about AI. And one of these big tech guys was like, man, y'all don't even know why y'all even came, man. Y'all can't even compete with nothing what the United States is bringing out. And that was our thought pattern for so long. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Then we try to sanction you from getting microchips because we feel like you can't produce it on your own, and they turn around and produce it on their own.
For cheaper, better.
And so our problem is the people that's been running our country are fucking arrogant idiots. And as soon as one of us go to that level, we turn into the same thing that they are, and it just keeps recycling.
Because it feel good to be at the top, bro. Like those
It's a drug.
luxuries and amenities.
Yeah.
They are related in some way.
It's like this is a first world country for a reason.
I think the guy that runs the Federal Reserve Bank is somebody's a politician he's related to.
They
all kind of shit like that. So in his theory, it's insane. And so no. You got guys that just been licensed to print money for so long.
They don't know anything else.
They don't know anything else.
Yeah.
Just doing bad business. Look how even small businesses. Look at how the small businesses operate here. Mm-hmm. Like they don't tell you everything. They might give you a bullshit product. We don't do no returns. You know this shit you sold me was some bullshit.
There we go.
Or they jack the price up. That goes from black-owned businesses to Arab-owned businesses. United States business model is for shit.
It sucks. So this is why, like, what I was going to make up, like, the point that, like, Italy and certain countries, tax might be 50% of your income. You know what I'm saying? But what you get is, like, a better lifestyle, a better quality of life. You know what I mean? Like, your wife get pregnant or some shit like that, she off for a whole year, paid type shit. Medical. You ain't no such thing as motherfucking health care. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like, it's just for the people. You gonna get the same quality of care that the president get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And all these countries got sovereign wealth funding too.
Funds.
They just don't use the money. They got all kind of layers for that government to touch that money. There's things you got to do, and there's penalties, and there's amount, and there's so many layers that they get to this money, and they can just be like, all right, we got this, and they probably like, oh, we got this fund right here, so go in and fuck with us, and we'll pay you back. Yeah. And like, you know what I'm saying, because we got it. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying, all right, then what do you do
even
like
like
that?
The drug users, like if you're on heroin or crack or whatever, they got facilities that you can go to and do your thing, and then go back home to your family or go to work or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not taboo. Like, it's not the big bad, you know what I mean? It's not a war on drugs type shit. You know what I mean?
I think another thing, I don't know if he's really going to do it, but I don't know. Do you think he's going to do a war on the cartel? Do you think he's actually going to do that?
I mean, I think that Mexican,
the president?
Well, isn't it a female?
Yeah, she's the president.
But the whole thing was like, he's talking that shit, like between the fentanyl and the drugs coming in, and like that is starting, like, because you fuck with niggas' money now. You see what I'm saying? So there's gonna be repercussions, bro. Like, what was that? I was telling my children about the Iran-Contra scandal. You know what I mean? Like, the government was bringing the drugs in. It's deep. It's just too much head. Like you said, they've been doing it for so long. He's disrupting shit. He got Elon going through shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm telling you, he is finding some shit too.
Of course he gonna find it.
There's always been some shit.
Yeah,
150,000 people, that's 150 years old. Like, get collecting Social Security. Like,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, yeah.
Exactly. What's new?
We should have been. Listen, all
Facts.
these things that's
Facts.
happening should have happened after the civil rights.
Mhm.
Should have happened like all. That's why I know we do bad business. After Jimmy Carter did Medicaid and Medicare, nobody's watching the money. Nobody watches the money after that.
It's just keep voting it in.
And we should have. There should have been severely amount of checks and balances. That, but it should be easy if we want to access ours.
Yeah.
But it should be, you know what I'm saying, severe. But everything is the opposite.
Yeah.
You pay a fee to pay a bill. If you try to get your money out your 401k, it's a fee.
Facts.
You pay a fee for this person to hold your money so they can invest your money. But if they didn't hold your money, I'm sorry, you would make no money.
Yeah.
So we backwards and we accept it.
Yeah.
Like when I first seen a fee to pay a bill, a service fee for a chick to do,
Bill Matrix.
that was insane. Not even Bill Matrix. I think it was Metro.
Yeah.
I think it was the Metro phone thing, like online.
Wow.
I believe it was Metro was the first, like, what is this? I got to pay a bill, a service fee.
Bro.
And then everybody started doing it.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like the way we do business is not,
It's a tax on everything you do.
it's not a business model. And I think the things that we offer is just kind of like, we know it's not backed by anything, but within this nation, we can do what we want. This is their playground.
There we go.
Now they can't play on the playground like they can as much as they want to because they ain't got the bread.
So the question is, do you think Trump was really like they really tried to assassinate him? Did they really try to kill him?
Nah, I think all that was just to get him elected.
Or are they trying to? Or you think somebody gonna try to kill him for what he's doing?
Nah, I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't think so. And the reason being because it's more people agreeing with him than what y'all think. Like,
Nah, it's a lot of people, but a lot of people that agree with him is not agreeing with him no more too. Every time you got a
why
person,
they not agreeing with him?
because they getting deported.
You know what I'm saying? Why?
Exactly.
And not only that, because it ain't them, because some white folks don't like him no more either. They feel like he betrayed them. And the reason being, because everything he's doing is like what I said. It's never, ever been about color. It's never been about racism. It's always been about the haves and the haves not. Because I see more white folks crying about they SNAP and EBT getting cut off and stuff, and they owe this money back that been on the system all this time. Then I am actually seeing black folks crying online. Actually, I ain't seen black folks crying online yet.
No.
Because we've been through this shit. We live in this
Yeah,
shit.
we've been how many times they done cut folks stamps off?
Because
You know what I'm saying?
so now they get a taste of the medicine of that's already going on with us. So yeah, that's why I said I like what Trump doing right now because he's proven that it's always been what I said. It's never been about the color. That's the color thing. That was smoke. All there was smoke. That was a deflection. That's all there was.
I agree with you.
That's all the color racism part was. It's always been about the haves and the haves not. So the whites that don't have shit, guess what? They crying like bitches now.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I disagree with you because we had this. So I do believe of a level that there's no colorization to it. But I do believe at a certain level there is some sort of a colorization. And because, I mean, look
Naturally.
at colorization, but it's tied with economics. You know what I'm saying? That's called classism. And classism is a bit of racism because usually when you got classism, it's all these people look alike and they all rich and alike. It's classism.
And nepotism.
And nepotism. So, but I agree with you more because remember we talked about the term white.
Yeah.
They just wanted these poor white people because they didn't even give them they motherfucking shit when they was colonials. They just wanted to make these white folks not turn on them. Because we need you to control these black
that's
folks.
where the racism come in.
We need you to control these black folks because we need these black folks to work for us. So we going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that I do agree with you with this one, but I think it's more the have and have-nots, like you saying. You know what I'm saying? But I think they know that they put a group of people in a position for poverty and it's going to affect them more. They already know that, you know what I'm saying? And there's no, but your excuse is they're being discriminated. You're being, that's why I know, because a lot of them is following, oh, you're discriminating. And I do understand, like, all right, what affirmative action bothered me is I didn't know why you want to work for a person that really don't want you there. I think that'll be hard on you on a job. Like, I'm a black guy and I could be smarter than everybody else, but you don't want me in your law firm. But I got to work here. You got to work here. I don't know if I would want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I know affirmative action did help black people economically in like jobs like doctors and lawyers. I don't think it helped us that much because you don't hear nobody running to getting a black doctor. You don't hear nobody running to get no black lawyer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hear somebody running to go get them a black female real estate agent or some shit like that.
And a Jew.
But as far as what I'm saying is, it put us in a position where we could, you know what I'm saying, probably get our own. But I think a lot of our own lawyers overcharge us.
Yeah, it's an illusion.
It's an illusion, you know what I'm saying? Because a black lawyer charges you just as much as that white lawyer if he gets to a certain status. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm paid if he or she is worth it.
Because you going to jail, you don't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I look at it this way. Why can't I charge as much as the white guy?
Because
I consider that equal because I'm being competitive with him. So if he charging that, hell yeah, I'm gonna charge the same amount he charges.
Reason why I disagree with that. Because we can't build a community like that. We already got to look at us as we're not in the have or in the colorization. So we're down here. So I'm thinking build ourselves up by me being great. But as long as you really look out for me. Like old school shit. Like, I'm not going to charge you that much to get your son out because I know he's innocent. Yeah. But now she's cooking me dinner, everything. She's watching my kids. I got a free nanny that I don't have. So that's a bill gone. But I didn't charge you. I charged you 50 to 60% of what that white dude. Yeah. But if we look, that's my theory. Like what they talk about here. I think if we enacted that after the civil rights and that things like that, like stayed with that instead of running into these corporations and running into different things like that. That's why I don't think we should have charged each other because we got to help build our economy, our own economy to the point where we can compete because we're not competing with them.
Exactly.
We're not competing with them. So that's why I don't, that's why I think that hurt us by us
trying to follow them,
yeah. But knowing that us as your own people can't afford it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think another thing, we should have lowered prices definitely in the 80s because that might have stopped so much crack selling. That might have stopped. The drug epidemic might not have been so enticing to so many people if they thought they had more hope. And I think we could have gave each other more hope by doing certain things like that.
That was the whole point. That's why the drugs was put into the community to break up that hope because we was getting hope. But so they had to put the drugs out there to divide us.
I don't think there was a whole lot of hope going into them ghettos, not because brothers were still becoming lawyers and dipping. Like you had a couple of Furiouses from Boys in the Hood, but it wasn't a whole lot of them brothers. Them brothers was getting the fuck on and then moved to South DeKalb when it was nice. Them bougie niggas. And then they moved up to Buckhead.
Because by that time, the drugs was already in the community. See, but before the drugs got in the community, you had the Black Panthers and all them that had,
that COINTELPRO system.
So the government put the drugs in there to divide us, to break that up.
We still have some.
And then what you saying now was the byproduct of them putting drugs in the community.
I think we still had some black politicians that was crooked. We still had some black businesses. We still had some sellouts. We still had some major issues. And like, you know what I'm saying? And I think we was learning. Like our richest people were entertainers. Basketball players and football players, those and drug dealers.
Yeah, I was saying the dope.
Was our richest, and it should have been business owners. It should have been
big
lawyers. You know what I'm saying?
Big meats used to be Atlanta's economy.
I understand, but my only thing is I think if we looked out for each other more, because I don't think we did it enough. I hear old people talking that shit, but they all on drugs or in prison. So I don't know if you was doing it to that level. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear people talking, but I don't know if he was really doing it to that level that you was talking about. Because if you was, I couldn't see no way that we would fall for that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And we fucking fell for that shit, hook, fucking line, and sinker. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I understand what you're saying. But yeah, I like our division on some certain things. I just think we just fucking. All right, so another thing before we close out, because I know it's getting a little. I want to propose a boycott, and I've been talking about it online. I've been doing different things. I don't propose a boycott on stop buying shit. Strictly one reason being is to help the environment. You understand what I'm saying? And also, I think if we stop boycotting certain corporations, I believe it would at least make them go to certain people that we can't talk to, say, yo, you got to chill out. You understand what I'm saying? We got to stop. We can't suck our economy, people out of our economy so hard, you know what I'm saying? And just do a boycott on like major corporations on shit that we don't need, like Teslas, Mercedes, and diamonds, and whatever corporation that people talk shit about, and certain food corporations that's not putting the right shit in our food. I'm talking about boycotting everything to change shit. Like, let's stop buying Ritz crackers, or let's stop.
There's actually, I got and I got an example. They come out with new cell phones every 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, my dumb ass just bought.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get a new cell phone every time it come out. Along with the one you got, keep using that bitch until
But
they
the way
until
that
they
they do it nowadays, they throw the bug in. They force you to get a new one. Like, these shits ain't worth shit. They got a shelf life, so.
They got a shelf like we talked about.
Yeah, so they throw. So what they do is they'll just have you update, and they throw the bug in.
So
the
you
update.
must got an Apple.
We need to boycott
yeah.
a lot of that Silicon Valley, because you see what they're doing to the Congo. That's China and the United States.
And the
You know,
orders. So I did get a text message yesterday about a boycott, a DEI boycott plan.
I know. I mean, if you
Did
want a
you see
DEI, but
no, they're saying a 24-hour boycott, blackout. Like, don't spend no money for 24 hours.
that was on the 28th.
It's February 28th.
Yeah, I see.
12 a.m. to 11:59
All right,
One day.
so a white guy could introduce that online. I seen that online. I seen him online. So
like,
what?
no Amazon, no Walmart.
So
no Best Buy,
so
no
what I'm
McDonald's.
proposing is
Yeah.
fuck 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm talking about indefinitely until motherfuckers see what the fuck going on. I'm talking about indefinitely. I
thought about that, but you know what's gonna happen?
You still gonna need groceries.
No,
I'm not talking about not buying. Buy the stuff that you need,
Yeah.
but we don't need
Don't buy the
Teslas.
bullshit.
We don't need Apple. We don't need Teslas. We don't need a lot of products that either fucking stuff up or we don't need. We don't need anything from Walmart. We don't need anything from Target. Anybody that's not trying to help our community. And I mean our community, I'm talking about United States citizens. I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about black people, white people, and everybody in general. You know what I'm saying? Boycott a lot of this stuff while Trump is firing all these government workers and shit. That really, in the government workers he's firing is people that was doing shit against him. He's not even firing. He firing people that did shit against him in the courtroom. That's another thing. He's not firing, like, he's not really fine-tuning the FBI trying to lock people up for discrimination or nothing like that. He just firing people that was fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? He's firing inspector generals that was just fucking with him. I'm just trying to propose a boycott on everything. Just get shit that you need. And if your neighbor needs some help, fuck with him. Just get shit that you need. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't need certain things. You know what I'm saying? If you feel inclined to sell certain shit, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, just get shit that you need. You know what I'm saying? And look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? We really need to practice that shit, especially motherfuckers ain't gonna have no stamps or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just indefinitely until we hear otherwise. And that's the whole United States.
Yeah.
Until we hear otherwise. You understand? Because I'm telling you, he feel like he's a captain of a sinking ship, and we the one that's gonna pay for it. Everybody is gonna pay for it. So stop buying shit. And if you gonna buy anything, buy a natural resource. Buy gold. Hell, everybody put money together and buy it for your whole community.
Yeah.
And have a community fund. You can have your own community fund like the United States want to do. You know what I'm saying? And you could buy Zaytoon talking about they got something that everybody gets $10,000 a certain amount, like you put in $200. It's some type of fund, and each person gets money that put into it once a month. Like I get money in January, then you might get the money on March, but we all put money in for the whole year.
Yeah, we keep putting money in.
Yeah, it's something. It's got a funny name to it, but I'm just saying.
Susu?
Yeah.
Susu.
Susu.
Yeah.
Exactly. So do community susus. You understand? I don't know. You You better at that stuff than me, but
I did it a couple times. I mean, it's something that, yeah, like people do it.
you know what I'm saying? And it might be good, it might be bad, or just give somebody something.
It's a good idea, bro. It's a good idea to what you call group economics. You know what I'm saying? Like collective economics. It's creating our own bank essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because you're not really. So you got one that's a Ponzi scheme, and you got the real one. You know what I'm saying? Which is the susu. The susu, you're not making any money. You're just saving money if done correctly, right? But people always want to make money, bro. Like, so like you just gotta. So it's like if you put 200, depending on how many people is in it, it could bring $1,000 a week. But one week is your week, another week is somebody else's. But you just gotta keep putting into it. But then you got this lump sum money now. You can make something happen with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if everybody don't spend their money, everybody get the 10,000, right? So if it takes 12 months for everybody to get 10,000, that's 120,000, depending on how many people it is. You know what I mean? Like, we can make a little noise with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can make some noise with that.
You can't do shit with 10 racks, bro. Like nowadays with inflation, like you really can't buy nothing. You know what I mean? Like this phone costs $1,200, $1,300. Like
Yeah, when I first got this phone, I paid $1,700 for it. When I first got this phone.
Somebody that don't have that phone or don't care about having that phone can use the 10 racks though. You look at this. There's some people that don't care about iPhones, but maybe they low on money on their rent. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about like things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things of that nature.
And shit like
yeah,
that. Like,
Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get in the habit, like you said, of so what we need to do is turn the TV off. Because what happens is these internet devices, YouTube, TikTok, all this shit, it's fucking with our psyche, bro. It's turning us into zombies. You know what I mean? Like we're hypnotized, and we need to get the next thing and all of this shit. Like it's just black people. We feel like we gotta fucking, you know what I mean? We gotta one up a person, or we gotta get the latest and greatest.
Stay up with the Jones.
The bullshit, because Jones don't give a fuck about it. Jones is wearing the same shit he been wearing. You know what I mean? Like
Elon Musk ain't no flashy dresser.
And he's top of the
He don't
food chain.
own
All of them
nothing.
are.
He don't own. They don't dress
Look.
flashy.
Look, I'm gonna let you know now. People that have money don't dress flashy. I don't been in neighborhoods where people got money and they're driving simple old Honda Civics and stuff, but you got people staying over here in an apartment.
Tesla.
Yeah, and these
Shout out
Mercedes
to
bucks and stuff.
Talk about it.
So
That's what promotes. That's what we promote in this country. That's the fuel for the country. But that's my thing. I want to promote an indefinite boycott until the United States people are heard. What I mean by heard is what we demand. You know what I'm saying? Not if you don't want mass deportations, we need to say something. If you do, you need to say something. But we need to be heard more. And the only way we can be heard is by digging in their pockets. And the only way you dig in their pockets is stop buying shit. Maybe even have a worldwide Facebook ban. Everybody turn off their Facebook. Imagine the whole United States turn off Facebook.
Turn off any social media.
All your social media at one time.
That'll keep them from making money because they make their money off the data, off the ads and stuff that they put on there.
And schedule a certain time to get on YouTube or something just to get the message out and then get right back off that motherfucker and go back on. And do a worldwide surge, you know what I'm saying, off of social media. I want everybody to go on and comment, let me know, social media, Tesla, anything, you know what I'm saying? Hell, the fucking sterling silver knife set that, you know what I'm saying, you find out that the corporation had slaves back in the fucking day and they poisoned the water and banned their ass. Like all of them, banned corporations that's been doing shit like that, ban their ass, make them shut down, stop spending their money. And that's a lot of little corporations just as big as big corporations. So I'm talking about figure out the shit that they don't do and make all these corporations fuck with the community. If you ain't sponsoring a soccer team, a football team, a basketball team, some fucking Valentine's Grams, you get out my neighborhood. HBCUs, that's a whole nother, we need to talk about
real
that.
Stories.
You know what I'm saying?
Idiomatic Productions.
Idiomatic Productions. If you don't sponsor us,
you feel me?
Yeah.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
But we going on to shut this thing thing down, man. My thing is mass boycott indefinite. If we want to figure it out to the 28th, motherfuckers figure it out by the night. The 28th, I'm definitely fucking with them, but I would like to do an indefinite, and I would like to start it before the February is over with, because you know what I'm saying. But I can do my own. I already do my own personal stuff on my own. You know what I'm saying? So
make it a lifestyle. Don't make it.
I don't fuck with Walmart,
trend,
none of that stuff. I don't fuck with none of that stuff anymore. I damn near no restaurants. I hate that I gotta go to Kroger. You understand what I'm saying? Publix, Kroger. You know what I'm saying? All these. So I mean, I know you're gonna be stuck. You got to do what you got to do, but just get what you need. Fuck lobster biscuit. Fuck all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying get no ramen noodles, but we know how to eat good without spending a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I shop at Little's, so
you know what I'm saying. You got anything to say before we close out?
Yeah, I forgot because you was talking so long right there. I forgot because I did have something to
Go
say,
for it.
But it don't lost me now.
He done flew out his mind. You got anything to say, my man over there, Mr. Javon?
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah, man. I don't care what Trump said. Happy Black History Month.
Black history, black futures, man. Keep winning. You heard?
All right, man. So we're going to close this out, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Lee Johnson, Idiomatic Productions. Let's go on and get this boycott started, man. And Real Man, Real Stories, and we out. Peace.
All right, peace.
That was good, man. I enjoyed that conversation.